That was me looksmaxxing. I think, I have no idea. If you hear any gunshots in the background, it's fine, there's nothing happening, it's just the old man watching Band of Brothers for the millionth time for some reason. Anyway, what am I doing today? Well, I'm trying to figure out what looksmaxxing is. I've heard that it's got something to do with drugs and smashing your head in with a hammer. Is that right? I don't know. That's what I'm here to try and find out. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what the hell it is. From the brief knowledge I do have, it's like an offshoot of like inceldom, I believe. So I can make it interesting and scary. The one thing I'm wondering about looksmaxxing is, do you get to a certain like status or rank or something where you go, alright, well, that's me done. I've done enough looksmaxxing. I'm in top tier. I'm number one. I'm the number one looksmaxxer now. Or is it just something you do forever until you die? Because from the little I've seen and know, it's just like a bunch of insecure people, you know, trying all these crazy things to try and be more attractive, I guess. I don't know. And I also want to know what the ranks are. Are the ranks got something to do with sub 5 humans? Is that, because that's like the incel thing, right? Is subhuman 5, number 3 to 5, like DEFCON 1 to 5, is that part of this as well? Or is that a different thing? I don't know. Like, I think I'm already on the internet too much, but I'm not on it enough to know most of this stuff. So, you know, I want to learn. Well, maybe I don't, but we'll find out. Is the asymmetry as distracting to you as it is to me? I don't know. I don't think so. You know, maybe I don't have the eye for it, but I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Is this what this is all going to be? It's going to be people be like, am I hot? Is this just a hot or not? Is that what this is? Guys never approach me. What am I doing wrong? I'm confused. I've only seen women on here so far. I thought looksmaxxing was like a dude thing. They like, you know, insecure guys are like, how do I beat the shit out of my skull so it's formed in the way I want it? How much meth as a man do I have to take to get to the highest level? I thought that was what was going on here, but at the moment, there's women, which is fine. It just wasn't what I was expecting. Trying to improve my looks. What can I do to ascend? Can I be honest? I feel really uncomfortable already. What do you need to do to ascend? As someone who isn't part of the looksmaxxing community, I'm probably not the best to ask, but I've heard that beating your head in with a hammer, it does wonders, supposedly. I don't know. I've never tried it myself, but supposedly that's the way to do it. You know, I've never felt the need to smash my head in to make my jaw more chiseled, or I don't know. Is that what we're doing here? We're doing that? Like, my advice to ascend would be maybe not focus so much on the outside, okay? Like, if you have a feeling of emptiness, I don't think any amount of looksmaxxing will help fix that. I think you kind of have to go internal with that. Not surgery, just to be clear. I think more of like, you know, some type of mental health professional would be good. Eyebrows. Are you asking if you have eyebrows? Because the answer is yes. I can clearly see them on your head. Do you know what eyebrows are? See these things? You also have them. You also have the thing above your eye. So I don't know if that's the question. It's a silly question. I want to see how people are responding to people in this subreddit just before we continue to move on, because I feel like I'm just doing a rate or date type deal, a hot or not thing. That's not my type of vibe. Wondering if I should thin my eyebrows or leave them alone. Do you not have a friend you could ask? Why ask the internet about these things? You know, you don't need to subject yourself to Reddit. By the way, we're on Reddit. You don't need to subject yourself to Reddit to ask about if you should change up your eyebrow look or not. That's where I think mental health might have a big problem in places like this, because no person sound of mind would go to Reddit and go, should I cut my eyebrows a different way? I wouldn't ask Reddit whether I should sit or stand, let alone anything else. You know what? I will say one thing. All the comments here, they're going, leave them alone, let them go. And you know what? Good advice. 29 female and turning 30 in a month. How can I look young despite being old? You think you look old? I mean, this has got to be like a fishing thing, right? You're like, oh, you know, I'm turning 30 next month, and you know, I look so old and elderly and old, and my back, it hurt, and my knees don't work, and my face is all grotesque, and I'm ugly and old. How do I fix that? It feels like the classic when you're in high school and like someone be like, oh, I'm just so ugly, and then everyone below the comments is like, no, you're beautiful, the most beautiful woman. That's what this feels like. Which, I mean, now that I think of it, I think I'm kind of on the mark with that. All this looksmaxxing stuff is very like high school, very focused on how you look. You don't want to be like an outsider, you don't want to be any different to anyone else. That's what this kind of reminds me of. It's kind of like a hive mind of, you must look sexy, otherwise you're weird, get out of here. If you fix your nasolabial folds and get better eye makeup, you'll look way better. What the hell's a nasolabial fold? It's got the word labia in it, so I'm already wary of the word. Nasolabial fold. Smile lines. Why couldn't it, what are you, a doctor? Why couldn't you have just said smile lines? So what you're telling me is if I have to ascend myself, you know, right, I've got to stop smiling. Otherwise my labia line, smile line, whatever it's called, there'll be more of it, deeper. I don't know what the term is for that. So if I want to ascend in the looksmaxxing department, I have to stop smiling right away. Or is it too late for me? I just smiled then. It was more of a smirk than anything, but it's not good enough. It's really not good enough. I've got to stop doing that. I've got to stop moving my forehead. I can't be expressive in any way. That's what I'm hearing. So I'm just going to, from now on, talk kind of like this. Just, you know, mouth move only. Okay? No, none of this, none of this, none of this, none of that. You know, nothing like that. Okay? Just, hello, my name is Shifty Drongo. Welcome back to the video. I'm really excited for today's topic. Can you tell? I know it's impossible, but is there any way I can look like the guy in the first pic? The guy from the first pic kind of looks like if someone drew David Bowie from a memory. I've got an idea for you, man. How about you look like yourself? How about you try your own style of looking like yourself? Doesn't mean you don't want to improve things, you know? Different haircut, stuff like that. Why do you want to look like someone else, okay? I get it. You're only, I think it says 19, you know, you're insecure, I understand. But my advice would be, just look like the best version of yourself, okay? Don't try and look like someone else. I did not go on here thinking it would turn into like some self-help session, okay? This is not what I wanted it to be, alright? I wanted to have fun, but I feel uncomfortable and sad. So thank you, Looksmaxxing community. What do you think? I don't know, what do you think? What are we talking about? You didn't ask a question, you just said, what do you think? I think nothing. I have no thoughts. I hope that answers what you were trying to ask. I know you're trying to make me comment on your looks, but I won't do it. I only have those conversations about people I hate, and I don't know you well enough, so I won't respond. What are y'all's thoughts on the Clav situation? Braden Peters. His name's Braden? You would have thought the first thing in this ascension would have been changing his name, because Braden, bad name, terrible name, okay? And don't tell me that spells Braden, because where's the Y? Influencer clavicular. Reportedly in hospital after suspected overdose on live stream. I don't know. I just, you know, it's a sad existence, isn't it? It's a sad existence. Truth be told, I don't think he's a very good influence on people, but at the same time, I feel bad for him. He's pigeonholed now. What is he going to do? You're not entertained by him unless you're like 13. He's not an entertaining person. He doesn't really have a personality per se. He's known for being an insane person. That's it. That's all. That's his life. In a couple of years' time, no one will know who he is, which isn't a bad thing, okay? People not knowing who you are isn't a bad thing, by the way. They'll be like, remember that guy who used to hit his face with a hammer and take copious amounts of drugs? Remember that guy? Wonder what happened to him. What did he do again? Looksmaxxing, was it? This looksmaxxing shit changed my life. That may be the case. I'm not going to comment on your life experience. But the real question is, are you happy? Do you have friends that appreciate you for being just, you know, whatever your name is? Dangerous Ball 6609. Terrible name, by the way. Your parents should be shot. But do you have a life, a good life? I think they're the real questions you need to ask. I don't know if I can put myself through this anymore. I'm getting more depressed by the post. You know, I was going into it, you know, thinking, oh, this would be a funny thing to look at. You know, these people, you know, they're a little insane. No, they're all depressed and insecure, and they hate themselves. That's what it is. And it just, I don't know, it just makes me sad. It makes me sad. And they're all younger people, so it makes sense, you know. When you're that age, there's not many people at 18, 19 who feel like, yes, I'm at the best place I could ever be. I'm not insecure, I love myself. So it makes sense that a lot of younger people attach themselves onto this. The saddest part about it is when people who are my age, 25 or older than myself, start doing whatever this is. That's sad. Because you'd think, you know, we have our days. Some days you think you look, you know, red hot shit, and some days you're like, oh, I'm hideous. I'm disgusting. I'm not leaving the house. You know, but yeah, you have those days. Hopefully more good than bad. I don't know, to be that insecure and that just, you know, in that place of self-hating at that age, it's very sad. I mean, you know, most people have kind of gotten through that stage by then. You know, you've accepted yourself for the most part. Not saying that you can't improve yourself, that's not what this is about. This looksmaxxing isn't about improving yourself. It's insecurity and kind of taking advantage of people hidden behind, you know, self-improvement. Because self-improvement isn't just physical looks, that's not what that is. And the fact that all these people think, oh, if I'm just good looking, then all my problems will go away. Maybe a couple of them will, sure, but no, not all of them will go away. You'll still feel like shit. Anyway, I don't even know how you could like fix something like this. I'm not a professional in any of this. I'm just a silly little boy on a camera that's it. Anyway, enough depression for one day. Like and subscribe. I'll see you later.
Shifty Drongo. I love Shifty Drongo.